Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion. Please abiding by AFTERBIRTH Plus. 2 wins in a row because I'm extremely good. And I'm going to play as the Forgotten today. KJNZLGA4. This is the 4th LaGuardia Airport. And we've gotten increasingly good at making it happen. I'm going to be honest, I forgot the quote from The Matrix. Something about that. I don't know, like, the dude is in the second movie. I don't want to spoil it for you. You're watching, you know, Agent Smith. You're watching Keanu Reeves. They're getting in fights with one another. Keanu Reeves walks through a door. There's an old dude in a white suit looking like a slim Colonel Sanders. Starts talking about architecture. Nah, that's okay. Don't worry about it too much. Not interested. Bring back more of the weird Swedish twins who can phase through transport trucks. Man, I don't even remember the plot of the second Matrix movie. I saw it in theaters. What I do remember is that one of my friends, who was a super nerd, saw it in theaters and told me he got some oral action during the movie. And we were all like, no, you didn't. And he's like, yeah, I did. And then we were like, no, dude, you didn't, obviously. That would be crazy. You're telling me you, as a 15-year-old, you met a stranger at the movie theater and she gave you some lovin' during the second Matrix movie just because you have natural charisma to that degree? It didn't happen. And he was like, yeah, but it could have. Okay, fair enough, buddy. Compost. I kind of like it. Maybe I would like it more if I ever figured out how to use it. You ever have a friend like that that's a compulsive liar? It's not Mouth, by the way. It's not Mouth. I have a friend, well, we haven't talked in a long time. He's actually, like, a good person, as far as I know. But he lies all the time about dumb stuff that makes no sense. That's just one example is the Matrix movie, but they talk about, like, getting in street races at red lights with other people, and I'm like, no, you didn't. And he's like, yeah. You got me. But anyway, what do you want to do for lunch? It's like, there's something broken in his brain that just makes him compelled to lie for other people's approval. It's not like he's going out and being like, you know, I'm a good person and actually he's a piece of garbage. Just a weird personality flaw. And he also, like, he feels like the consequences to him getting called out for a lie. If you catch me in a lie, I get very embarrassed. I did tell a lie once that was very weird. I told one of my friends that I had seen Scream, and I was like, it's really good. And then later, he was like, so you must be excited there's this new Scream movie coming out. And I was like, I don't know, I've never saw it. And he was like, you told me 3 months ago that you really liked it. And I was like, wow, you got me. I don't know why I would lie about that. It doesn't really make much sense, but I guess I wanted you to think I was more intimately familiar with the Nev Campbell filmography than I actually was. My mistake. And you can tell that's a traumatic moment for me because I'm telling you about it now, like 8 years after it happened. But for him, it's just is a everyday occurrence in normal modern living. Hey, not my favorite deal with the devil, by the way. We still have an item room to go to, though, don't we? I think so. I mean, the thing is, by the way, I love the lipstick. It actually does map to the Fallen's teeth. That's kind of, it's a nice touch. I am still ill, by the way, as you can tell. I'm on, like, step 4 of 5 of having any illness, which is a good thing. It means I'm coming close to the end. When it starts in your head, you know? At least for me, it starts in my head. No. I'm okay with this. We should probably compost it then. Like, I always start with a fever, chills, muscle aches, stuff like that. Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea, etc., etc. Then it goes into my throat, like, every time. I don't know if I have acid reflux or I talk a lot, but every time I get sick is, like, terrible throat infections. Thank you very much, sir. And then it goes into my nose, and that's where I get stuffy. But honestly, stuffy is like a better feeling than I've felt recently. So I'm gonna, you know, blow about, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 kilograms of mucus out of my face. And then I'm gonna be good. I'm excited, because anytime you come up on the convalescence of an illness, you know you get to live for like another 6 months unless you get hit by a bus or something like that. I am acutely aware and cognizant of the fact that these bacteria are trying to kill me. You know, maybe they're not trying to kill me, but the bacteria are basically, they're not sentient creatures, but they're living organisms constantly reminding us that our body does not belong to us. It's an attack vector for malicious organisms to try to take advantage of, steal our carbon, steal our glucose, steal our heat, to provide a good incubator for them to grow and reproduce. In the same way that we, you know, exploit vegetables, exploit animals for nutritional benefit or recreation, these viri and bacteria are trying to do exactly the same thing to us. So anyway, I hope you're having a good day. Just remember that no matter how thick the veneer of civilization gets, it's an abstraction to distract us from the fact that every single day is a fight for the basic building blocks and resources necessary for metabolic processes to continue. And if you ever forget about that, that's when you're truly at your most vulnerable. Also, wash your hands when you go to the bathroom. I would recommend that immensely. Why am I playing as the Forgotten? It's a very easy answer. I'm very thankful you brought it up. This is going to fill about 10 seconds of air. Because I want to. And because I'm ill, I can do whatever I want. Yesterday, I had pizza for dinner. Pizza's not good for you. I don't know if you know that. What did I say to myself to justify it as an adult? First off, I deserve this. Secondly, I'm sick, so I can do whatever I want. When you're sick, the rules don't apply. Calories, trans fats, saturated fats, sodium content. There's 3 locations in your life when these don't matter. They don't count. If you're on vacation, calories don't count. It's just the rule. I didn't make it up. It's a law of thermodynamics. Ask Isaac Einstein. Secondarily, if you're sick, it doesn't matter. Drink 15 cans of ginger ale a day. Dude, this is how messed up North America is, by the way. And, it took a long time for me to break this habit, I'll admit. In North America, and I don't know, maybe in Europe as well, for all I know. Other parts of the world as well. There's more than 2 continents, apparently. We think that ginger ale is medicine. Or at least my parents do. And by the way, I don't dispute ginger having some, you know, therapeutic and also even medicinal properties. It's kind of like ginger's like weird spicy, right? Can clear you out a little bit. If you get a nice dose of ginger, you feel like your sinus is coming awake. But ginger ale, that is a soda. And for some reason, when I was a kid, it was awesome. Because, you know, I didn't drink that much soda, and that was probably for the best, obviously. Instead, I just drank incredibly sugary fruit juices and then wondered why I was, you know, 20 pounds heavier than every other kid in my class. Regardless of that, that's irrelevant for now. Do you think we can more or less get this done, I think. Regardless of that, that's extremely good. Whenever I was ill, my mom would always be like, do you want ginger ale? And I'm like, heck yeah, guilt-free ginger ale. It's like when you get your tonsils out, you get free ice cream. You can eat as much of it as you like because you can't consume anything else because ice cream is the only liquid food that kids like. Soup? Sorry. Maybe, what about a soup made of iced cream? Start to consider it at that point. But when I was sick, I would have like, you know, maybe like 4 or 5 cans of ginger ale a day. Water? No thank you. I'm already fully hydrated with a ginger-based slurry. I have to imagine that didn't really positively affect my recovery. It's the same thing. Every time I bring this up, you know, I gotta think of that Kanye West tweet where it's like, once again, I'm attacked for presenting new ideas. I catch a lot of flack sometimes. I'm gonna blow this up anyway, even though we could just go over it. You know, there's spirit huts. Because people tell me the same thing about, like, or I tell people the same thing about orange juice. They're like, oh, if you're sick, you should drink orange juice because vitamin C helps, you know, boost your immune system. And I'm like, you're right, but there's 2 problems. First off, it's too late. You know, I guess it can't hurt, but it's, you know, it's kind of like a myth that orange juice is actually good for you. I wouldn't necessarily say that it is bad for you, but it's not a health food, you know, it's a recreational beverage. Let's put it that way. If you're drinking Tropicana orange juice and you're going like, this is good for my body, I don't want to strip the veneer away. It's not like you're drinking motor oil, but, you know, you could just eat an orange and drink a glass of water and you'd be a little bit better off. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I had pizza for dinner yesterday. I don't think you should base every decision in your adult life on like, oh, is this the objectively best thing I could do? I think you should have fun as well. Just choose your vices. As long as you're aware of your vices, that's the important thing. So I know there's going to be people out there that are like, actually, ginger does help with illness. And it probably does. Just make sure the ginger ale you're drinking actually has real ginger in it. I only get ginger ale in one situation in my modern life. Airplanes. It's one of those drinks. It's like that, pretzels, tomato juice. That just taste better at altitude. I like ginger ale. But it's, you know, I try not to drink soda in general. That's not true. I'll drink a diet soda sometimes. It is weird. When I was at my parents' house, you know, whenever we would go out for lunch, which was all the time, because, you know, it's a vacation for us. So I'd be like, take us to the best restaurants in the city. And it was awesome. As an adult, if you get the opportunity to, you know, take a break from your life of paying for everything and have someone else pay for things, it's a dream come true. I would really recommend it. My parents are coming here later this year, and when they're here, we'll take care of them. I don't even want that trinket, even though we can hold it. You know, it's just, while we're a guest in their home, they like to treat us. While they're a guest in our home, we like to treat them. But I was getting, you know, I'd be like, hey, yeah, give me a number 6 golden chicken, and can I get a Diet Coke with that? My mom was like, do you want us to buy some Diet Coke for the house? I was like, are you crazy? If you buy Diet Coke and put it in the house, I'm gonna drink it. I can't be trusted with an unlimited supply of soda. That's why I only get it when I'm out. It's like I'm a recovering soda-holic or something like that. Because here's the secret about soda. It's like engineered to taste great to our primitive human brains. That's why I've got to limit the supply to it as much as possible. It's like Weight Watchers, you know? A soda's 4 points or something like that. I don't know. The Sheraton is actually 4 points, but yeah, that's right. It's a hotel-based joke. What have I done? What I have done is squandered my devil chance for no good reason. Still a good run, though. I don't buy drinks at grocery stores, and I'll tell you why, okay? It's very in keeping with my character, I'll admit. I used to buy sparkling water a lot. Yes, LaCroix, LaCroix, depending on how you want to say it. Yes, I've seen the video where the guy goes, oh, je voudrais une LaCroix, and then the other guy comes in and goes, LaCroix, and starts burping while he's drinking the beverage. It's a great video. It's like one of my favorite recent 30-second YouTube videos, which is my favorite genre of media on planet Earth. Blank card is so much better, but I don't know if I'm going to roll it. I just feel like I'm kind of wasting composts, you know, so I should probably do something about that. Either way, here's the thing about buying liquids. And, you know, laundry detergent, yeah, it's a liquid. You got to get it, though. I don't know, you can't just wash your soap in like a solution of water and sand or something like that. What was I talking about? I've completely forgotten. Oh, why I don't buy liquids at the grocery store. Here's the thing. Some liquids are cheap, but water is nearly free. And whenever I bring that up, it may depend on where you live. I'll give you that. But at least here, oh my god, my bone hurts. A glass of water from your taps, aka from the utility company, is probably less than maybe half of a cent, and I'm not even being facetious in the slightest. So even if you get a soda and it's like 15 cents a can, I'd consider that a pretty smoking deal. That's 30 times more expensive than a glass of water. So there's an economic benefit. Then there's the other benefit. When you buy the sodas, you gotta carry them. They can be a little heavy. Now, this might not be a major concern for everybody out there, but I'm a weak man with twig arms. And moreover, the water, you don't have to carry it. It comes from your taps. Clean and drinkable. A lot of parts of the world, at least. Thirdly, the more soda you purchase, or really any beverage, the more recycling you create. And that's the annoying part for me, is like, I would buy like an 8-pack of LaCroix, I would drink 4 cans a day, it'd be done in 2 days, and then I'd have to go down and do a recycling run just to deposit the cans into our apartment complex's recycling room. Again, none of these are big deals, but in conjunction with one another, are you kidding me? They gave me pause. This is a major moment in my life. One day I went to the grocery store and was like, I don't think I'm gonna buy LaCroix anymore. It's cost inefficient, both from a temporal and a financial standpoint. Hey! Anyway, I'm leaving myself prone to logical extremes here. Here's the thing. I'm not saying you shouldn't buy sparkling water. I'm just saying know the cost, okay? You should also know the cost of getting a SodaStream, because if you ever say SodaStream in a video, you're going to be inundated. You know, at least half a dozen people are going to be like, did you know that SodaStream is a company that supports, you know, the immoral actions in the West Bank? And I'm like, no, I didn't know that. I live in North America. I base all of my purchasing decisions on what Amazon suggests that I purchase, okay? I was not aware. I didn't look up the political leanings of the SodaStream Corporation before I thought about purchasing one of their products. I ended up not purchasing a SodaStream because it requires carbon dioxide cans. And a carbon dioxide can is good for 75 liters or so of carbonated water. And I said to myself, 75 liters of carbonated water? I would actually probably drink that in 1 month. Do I really want to buy 12 carbon dioxide cans a day? Or a year, I should say. 12 a day is a little much. The answer is no. So, I deprived myself of that, but for good reason, I think. Can I point out, I'm really happy that our booger tears actually work with the Forgotten's bone. I did not expect them to, but I think it's because we have the broken bone, which is actually causing the bone to split on occasion. Now, still really, really would like to pick up some damage. You don't need a lot of damage as the Forgotten, but I would like to get more than we have. No greed. No greed. Absolutely. Why not? Alright, so if we can now make compost pop, we're living in a beautiful world. 9 volt would be a huge get. I don't mean to make it sound like I take a hardline stance to this stuff, okay? I live what I would consider to be a deliberate life. Whenever I say, like, here's the reasons I don't do something, it's only rarely meant as an admonishment towards people who do that stuff. Really, it's just because my brain, it's not even like a particularly good brain. If anything, it's kind of bad. Like, imagine if you had a car you couldn't shut off. You'd waste a lot of gas. You'd lose a lot of sleep. That's the situation I have with my brain. Is that I overthink things. So you know, should I buy this can of LaCroix? Let me spend 25 minutes thinking about whether or not it's the right decision, instead of just saying yes or no. You know, I'm not a very spontaneous person in that regard, I suppose. I feel like we've been doing so many more deals with the angel than usual lately. We did go to the shop. Alright, well, we'll give it a shot here. Anyway, you gotta give me some credit, because, you know, I'm low on anecdotes. I can't leave the house because I'm ill. You know what the worst part about the present state of my illness is? Is that I'm self-conscious about it. Because, you know, when you're single, you don't have to worry about the way that your actions affect other people when you're in your own home. But I'm married. If you live with somebody else, especially if you share a bed, coughing is really disruptive. So, like, while the coughing is annoying, what's substantially more annoying to me is that when I have a cough in bed, I feel like I want to suppress it Not because I'm worried that my wife is gonna, like, you know, hit me or berate me or something, but just because if I were sleeping, you know, it's the golden rule, isn't it? You know, if I were sleeping, I would want her to try to not cough so that I could get some sleep. You know, I'm the dumb idiot that got infected by whatever sort of pathogen I've got. Let me suffer with it in silence as much as possible. So it's really like I have a balancing act of being like a little bit in discomfort and also at night becoming like Peter Sellers and being like, I'm not sick. What ends up happening is I just like suppress the cough until it cannot be suppressed anymore. And then I go like, you know, I don't want to do it because it's going to irritate my throat, but you do like one really large cough instead that shakes the entire bed. Probably not a better situation is what I'm trying to get at. Nah, not even worth picking up. Don't make me laugh. Yeah, okay, now we'll... but this might ruin booger tears. Take these booger tears and learn to fly again. Learn to live so free. That's my natural voice. It actually, the truth has come out. Well, we have a chance to make boss rush. A mere chance to make boss rush is a pretty sobering situation to be in when you're playing as like the most overpowered character in the game. It's a good indication of the fact that we would like to pick up a damage upgrade at the game's earliest convenience. Beautiful. No deal with the devil. What do we got? No. 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 I mean, it's actually, that's a very interesting one, but I'm not going to go for it. I think we'll probably die if we do it. Vitamin C also weirds me out, dude. I have, everybody's familiar probably with, like, chewable vitamin C. I have non-chewable vitamin C. You know how I found out that it was non-chewable? I bit into it. And, it was the worst thing I've ever tasted in my entire life. But it also tasted just like the chewable vitamin C's do, but stronger. It's basically like they just took an orange peel and then grated it into like its most granular conceivable form. And then we're like, this is medicine now. I wish you didn't do that. Why do I take vitamin C if I think it's an urban myth? I'll tell you why. First off, I don't think it's an urban myth. I think it's one of those things where, like, you know, doctors were like, vitamin C could help you lessen the duration of a cold. And people were like, alright, I got it. So if I get a cold, eat 12 oranges and 6 glasses of Tropicana every single day. It's like the red wine and chocolate articles that pop up now and then. Doctors say 1 glass of red wine could be good for your heart. Maybe, in some situations. And people are like, drink up. Make sure you have dark chocolate to go along with that, too. Not that milk chocolate. Milk chocolate's bad. Dark chocolate, though, that's a health food. You know, that was very dumb of me to step there, especially to do so twice, but I don't blame you, though. Like, if they were like, pizza's a health food, I would be like, let's get healthy. You know, it sounds like an exciting prospect. Dude, I think we might die on this run. I think we're in a dangerous area for death. Well, anyway, the reason why I still take things I don't necessarily believe in, like, for example, I had, you guys know Emergency? It's a, hold up a sec. This is really good, I think. Well, it could have been better, I guess. We didn't double. We just created one spider, I think. You think we can sneak out? Absolutely not. Dude, I hate this room. Emergency, oh my lord, is basically like a heavy dose of some vitamins and minerals. The idea being, if you find yourself getting sick, you take Emergency, you mix it with like a glass of water, and then you're less likely to get sick, or maybe you'll shorten the duration of the cold at the very least. I don't believe that it is medically sound. I don't think it's unhealthy. I just think it's a placebo effect. But I still take it from time to time Because in my head, I'm like, if it isn't a placebo effect, then I'm getting out scot-free here, right? Like, I hope it works is what it comes down to. It's the same reason, like, I drank kombucha for the first time. I was like, you know, I'm gassy. Maybe some probiotics will help. And then, I just found myself enjoying the taste. It's kind of a different story, but... No! I, like, minutes in advance of failure there, I was like, we're screwed. Okay, just be intelligent here. We're still totally fine. Like, if you haven't really been paying attention, this has been one of the actual, the worst performances of, like, the last month or two in Isaac, in my opinion. Like, I am not playing a focused game. And I have a good excuse, as always. I have the sickness clause. I'm still telling you, dude, this is like... We gotta get to work on this cure for the common cold thing. You got the erectile dysfunction pills flooding the market. How hard could the common cold be? I told you, just take the antithesis of the genome, carry on the Boolean logic in jQuery, you're good to go. Stay away. So we should... You know what? We should have a deal with the devil or angel. I would rather it be a deal with the angel so we can get, like, you know, Mega Satan for fun. If you increase your shot speed, does the marked crosshair travel faster? It's like actual, like, senior year Isaac questions. We got it. Okay. I think this might be one of the rare runs where our bone attacks are, like, a lot worse than our soul attacks. Trying to get, like, a mass effect by stacking up enough bones here, and it's actually totally working. It was really strong. No, 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 no. Dude, Void is actually terrible. I don't care who hears me say it. I don't think we've done a good job with compost. I think we've squandered what limited potential compost might have given us in the first place, but I think it's better than Void. That being said, I'm probably going to take it anyway, because I am a fool. And I'm a fool who enjoys having some fun. So let's grab that. Don't accidentally go to the Void. If we brought the Void to the Void, I would be devoid of opportunity to win. That's the easiest way to remember that. So we're rich in red hearts now, relatively speaking. Pretty poor in spirit hearts. Which is a... I'm so mad. The Empress. Okay. For you to hit me with a run like this, on my 1 day annually of illness, it's very disconcerting. It says more about you than it does about me, I'll tell you that much. Excuse me, why did... You know why it didn't work? Because I didn't suck up compost, you idiot. You just left compost back there, ironically, to rot. Hey, the video's got one actual joke in it. Get out of here. Don't even start with me. You know what I find myself increasingly mundanely offended by? Is when you order something delivered from a restaurant, judging the number of cutlery they give you as their measure of, like, how much of a piece of garbage you are. Like, sometimes Kate and I order from the sushi place. We'll get, like, you know, 4 rolls for 2 people, and when it comes, they include 1 set of chopsticks. I'm not talking 4, you know, tuna rolls, which are relatively small. I'm talking like 4, you know, Bill's Dynamite Barbecue roll, you know, with a lot of ingredients that justify charging way too much money for what's essentially, you know, rice and asparagus or something. I'm always, like, a little bit offended when I look in the bag and there's one pair of chopsticks, I would be like, come on. Like, I'm a mess. But I'm not the kind of mess that's eating like $35 worth of sushi by myself on a regular basis. Like, give me a little bit of credit. I would be way more offended, by the way, if there was one pair of chopsticks and one fork, but that's for different reasons. I really don't want to lose... Full stop. But I really, really don't want to lose this red heart here. Sometimes, though, like, I would rather they include too few than include too many, because that just makes you feel bad. Like, if I order food for myself, and when it comes, there's, like, 4 sets of silverware, you know, well, plastic silverware, I'm like, oh, I should, like, really rethink this. This isn't where... I have clearly misjudged this meal. Okay, let's try it like this. I think if we stack up enough bones, that's going to be our main advantage. I'll be straight up with you. I don't believe I am likely to fight Mega Satan. I think Mega Satan's going to be a little bit out of my weight class. But we'll see what we get on the chest. Because that could change things, you know, drastically. Even our fight against Isaac is not particularly going well here. And that's a very good reason why. Okay, we're 2 hits away from death. But that's almost reassuring, because no matter what, we're 2 hits away from death. Unless we hit one of those enemies that's breaking the rules of the game on a regular basis. I apologize for my play on this run. This is unbecoming of a, you know... of a lady such as myself, a professional debutante of the Isaac variety. It's not that I want to avoid the Mega Satan fight. It's that we have 4 luck and 1 HP. So I'm just, like, afraid. If we could get a few more items, or even really just, without getting a few more items, you gotta go. You gotta go. Get like an item of some usefulness. Like, Book of the Shadows was definitely in that camp. We only get to use it once, though. You almost got me. No. No. Okay, this is where you get a little upset with the game. You say, hey, game... I've given you a run with 4 luck, and yet here you are giving me no chests. It's getting a little annoying. I want to give the people what they want, which is a Mega Satan fight, something we've only managed to do on about, you know, 12% of runs. It's still very rare. Probably kill you last, but I don't know what's good for me. Alright, that looked extremely cool. What is that? We have like euthanasia or something? Oh, you have to. We definitely, by the way, do not have to, but I have to. So now we have no spirit hearts to fall back on. And that's the way I like it, you know. Spirit hearts are cowardice. It's basically cheating. I'm scared of this room. So I was actually tempted to use Book of Shadows there via the void. I'm glad we didn't. Still glad we didn't. Still glad we didn't. And at the very least, you don't get this on every run. We have like a redemption arc. We may alternatively just die. Lol. Oh! Alright. I deserve that. It's hard to admit, but I deserve that. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with another one. We'll play some Eden. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. Helps it a great deal. If you're sympathetic to my illness, send me $1 million. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.